Environmental impact on phenotypes. Genotypes determine phenotypes, but environmental factors in conjunction with genotypes also determine phenotypes. Organisms adapt to different environments as a host of environmental factors affect gene expression. Phenotype plasticity describes when two organisms with the same genotype develop different phenotypes in different environments. Examples include human skin color, height, and weight, plant leaf size, shape, and color, flower color, animal fur color, and temperature-dependent sex determination. Human skin color. In the previous unit, non-Mendelian genetics illustrated how 3 different genes could produce 7 different skin color phenotypes in humans. However, humans have many more skin color shades than shown in the model. The dark pigment, melanin, is the greatest contributor to skin color. It is produced by the body to protect the skin from ultraviolet radiation, UVR, from the sun. Ultraviolet radiation is greatest near the equator, so evolution would favor individuals with greater amounts of melanin, darker-skinned populations. Individuals farther from the equator do not require as much melanin, which leads to lighter-skinned populations. During pregnancy and nursing, females require a greater amount of calcium. Calcium requires vitamin D to be absorbed. Vitamin D is synthesized from sunlight, so female skin color is slightly lighter. Plant leaves. Leaves are the key part of exchanging gases, CO2, O2, and H2O, and absorbing sunlight in order to carry out photosynthesis. They also maintain the temperature of the plant within specific limits in order to maximize the efficiency of photosynthesis. Rubisco is an enzyme that catalyzes carbon fixation, the first step in converting CO2 to glucose. The enzyme only works within a specific temperature band. As temperatures cool in autumn and Rubisco is not active, photosynthesis is slowed down, which leads to leaves losing chlorophyll, changing colors, and dying. Leaf shapes vary greatly between different plant species and also within species of the same genotype. Environmental features such as temperature, humidity, quality and intensity of light, and wind affect leaf size, shape, and color in order to carry out photosynthesis in the most efficient manner. Human height and weight. Many environmental factors control a person's height and weight. Important factors that affect a person's eventual height and weight occur before birth. Maternal age, order of birth, firstborn babies tend to be lighter than their siblings. Illness of the mother and malnutrition limits fetal growth, which can then affect adult size. Maternal malnutrition, drugs, and alcohol consumed by the mother can result in reduced brain development and baby size. Maternal smoking can result in premature births. Other environmental factors come into play to impact the height and weight of a person after birth. Nutrition, insufficient or poor quality food and eating disorders, climate, exercise, illness, social and economic status leads to taller people as more resources are available to higher status, stress, and amount of sleep. Flower color. Aluminum ions, aluminum +3, stimulate the root growth in acid-loving plants like hydrangeas. They can only do this in acidic soil. Adding aluminum sulfate or garden sulfur lowers the pH of the soil, making it more acidic. Aluminum ions have another effect on hydrangea flowers. Compounds made from the aluminum ions give the flowers a blue or lavender blue color for acidic soil with a pH of less than 6. For less acidic soil, where the aluminum ions are not as effective in making compounds, a pH of between 6 and 7, the flowers are purple or bluish pink. For alkaline soil with a pH greater than 7, the flowers are pink and red. So you can see in this bunch of hydrangeas here that as we go from more acidic to more alkaline, we go from a deep blue to a purple pink to a deep pink. Animal fur color. Over deep time, snowshoe hares Arctic foxes and ptarmigans have evolved so that they have brown hair in the summer when the ground and foliage is brown and green. During the winter, they shed their brown coats and grow white coats. The amount of light received during the day triggers these changes. During the summer, there is more daylight and they are brown. During the winter, less daylight and they are white. Both adaptations allow them to hide from predators. Sadly, climate change is working against this adaptation. There's less snowfall in the winter, but these animals still rely on the amount of daylight, which hasn't changed, to change. They still think they are safe, even when their coats are the wrong color. They will turn white when their environment is still brown and green, exposing them to predators. Pigments in Siamese cats. Siamese cats are temperature-sensitive albinos. They are not albinos, but one of their 8 genes is a temperature modifier allele called the Siamese allele. It stops pigment from forming above certain temperatures. Pigments, melanin, only develop on the cooler areas that have less blood flow to warm them. Ears, paws, and tails have color while the rest of the cat is white. Temperature-dependent sex determination, TSD. The sex of certain reptiles, such as lizards and turtles, and teleost fish, can be determined by environmental temperatures during their embryonic and larval development. Male lizard embryos develop at intermediate temps. Female embryos occur at extreme temps. It is not clear from an evolution point of view what advantages this provides to organisms. Climate change threatens populations that are subject to TSD, as it will skew the male to female ratio that is working. For example, sea turtle eggs develop into males or females depending on the temperature of the nest. In order to have a 50% female population, the temperature of the nest should be 29 degrees Celsius. As the temperature increases, the percent of female in the population will increase.